Naval Station Norfolk, the world's largest naval base, is on the front lines of climate change. Tide gauges here have recorded the rising seas for 9 decades, says Navy Commanding Engineer Dean Vanderlei.
We've seen a change in relative sea level of about 1.5 feet. And, the projections are we're going to see something like that likely continue.
Vanderlei says that makes Norfolk's piers more vulnerable in bad weather.
In a significant weather event, you can damage the utilities like the electrical lines, water lines. That happens when the water will come up under the pier and you get wave action, damaging in utility lines. So we've had that happen at times.
And more frequent floods are making it harder for sailors and workers to report for duty. The military and surrounding communities are already working on a climate resilience plan. Dennis McGinn was Assistant Navy Secretary when he announced the plan last October at the World Resources Institute. He said military readiness is at stake.
This is real, it is happening, and it's something that we recognize and have recognized for a number of years we have to take on.
It's not just bases at risk, he adds. The Pentagon calls climate change a threat multiplier in unstable regions.
You start pressuring those fragile societies and governments with increasingly severe and frequent weather-related events due to global warming, and you have a recipe for failure of those societies and failure of those governments, creating a vacuum into which all manner of bad things can happen.
The Commander-in-Chief, President Donald Trump, has called climate change a hoax. But his pick for Secretary of Defense, James Mattis, may take it more seriously. As head of the U.S. Joint Forces Command, General Mattis listed climate change as an emerging threat in a 2010 report.
So this is one of our double-decker piers.
Back at Naval Station Norfolk, newer piers are built higher, with utilities protected on the lower deck.
When we do construct facilities, we're doing that with an eye towards the future, as we always do. One of those things we see in the future is potentially sea level rise.
The politics of climate change are not Vanderlei's responsibility. The engineering is.
We're just trying to be good, smart engineers, and that's been fully supportive, and I can't imagine anybody's going to decide to stop being good, smart engineers.
Engineering or politics? It's one of the questions on climate change facing the new Commander-in-Chief. Steve Baragona, VOA News, Norfolk, Virginia.